अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रम् अतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनिरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति. Okay. So we saw last time the story and the way the knowledge is presented, in the sense that either it can happen as a flash of understanding, what we call an aha moment, Suddenly you think, oh my God, okay, that is it. Or because a paradigm shift has happened in your mind. Suddenly you are seeing things from a new angle and saying, oh my God, okay, this is it. Or it can be a knowledge that grows on you, slowly, with exposure, it grows on you. Both ways it can happen. Like I always say, something I picked up from one of these Wild West songs, this during our growing up days, these Western cowboy, gunfighter movies are very common, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, For a Few Dollars More, Sabata. These type of movies are very popular. I think people like Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef, all made their money with these movies, their future. And their career as actors were because of these type of movies. So I remember in one there was a nice song. The song starts with, "Go west, young man, and grow up with the country." Okay. Go westwards, because that was a big thing that time in the United States in terms of the settlement happened in the East Coast first, and then they spread westward, driving out all the Red Indians into oblivion. That's the dark side of it. But the song I'm talking about was very nice in the sense, eastward look, the sun climbs slowly, oh how slowly. When you're looking at, hey, I want the clarity of knowledge, etc., it seems to be a very slow process. But westward look, the land is bright. The sun has not yet risen, but when you look back to the west, you already find the land has brightened up. Same thing happens in this knowledge. When you look at all that you have to still know, the clarity that has to come in, it looks, oh my God, so slowly it's happening. Yeah, but look back into your lives, into your thinking, into your feelings, into your emotions, you'll find, hey, things are fine. Things are fine. Okay. So that is the slow process that happens. So both ways it happens. Can be a sudden paradigm shift, or they can be this thing. That is why when it's happening slow, you need a little bit more of nididhyasanam, etc. in your life. Even if it happened as a flash, you need to own it up with nididhyasanam, to repeat the teaching in your mind without all the elaborateness. Yeah. In a nutshell, capture it in a nutshell and keep contemplating on it. So this is the part of the process of gaining knowledge. It looks like a process. Actually, there is no process, but it looks like one, because certain clarity has to come in. Therefore, it looks like a process. So all this we saw. Okay. All right. Okay. Any questions, or it is something coming out of the blue? Okay. So up to now everything clear, or is it? Okay. Then if it is clear, he says, अथ अध्यात्मं यद एतद् गच्छतीव So manena chaitad upasmarati abhikshanam gum sankalpaha. He says, he is emphasizing the need for nididhyasnam to own it up. He says, Atha Adhyatma. With respect to the self, I am going to talk about it. Yet, okay, I think.
Now it's okay.
Yeah, I think just something just went out of this. Yeah. Even I was wondering why it suddenly went off. Okay, so the need for nididhyasana. Okay, because our minds are not always totally integrated. As always said, no, we don't live by everything we know. There's always gaps between what we know and what we do. Because this is human, okay? It is not something that one has to be too self-judgmental about, okay? The humanness of it. Like, for example, when we were young, you are told not to eat street food. No bhelpuri on the road, this, that, etc. No, all of us eat, but that's a different thing. Now, of course, it has become a celebration of street food. Big difference in the thing. But what I'm trying to see is that we know it's not hygienic. Intellectually, we understand. Still, we indulge in it. All of us have, isn't it? From your bhelpuri in Bombay to puchkas in Calcutta. Once in a way, we have indulged in it. No big deal. Similarly, in our life, either for the sake of social niceties or you believe that someone should not be hurt by what you say, we are told white lies to overcome a social situation. Don't cause unpleasantness. Just tell a white lie and get away with it. No? Yeah. So, all these things we have done in life. No big deal. It just makes you human. It's not something to feel guilty about, okay? Not something to feel guilty about. But we have done it. But the result of it is there's always a gap between what I know and what I do and what I feel. All these small things create a small gap. You can't avoid it. This is being human, okay? as being human. This can't be avoided. Therefore, what happens is, everything that we know does not flow into our lives naturally. And however honest you are, what are you going to do if your wife, as a man I'm talking, if your wife or mother-in-law better, comes and asks you, was I foolish in what I did? Are you going to tell her, yeah, you are stupid? Or are you going to tell her, it's okay, Baba, everyone makes a mistake, you made one. Even if you think she was stupid, are you going to say that? This is just social niceties. Plus, by telling her she is stupid, you are not going to improve a situation. But by saying, okay, anyone can make a mistake, etc., etc., you help the person grow and get out of it, if the person wants to. So, this is part of the game. You can't avoid it. But as part of the game, the flip side also happens that everything I know will not flow into my emotional or physical life. My day-to-day life, it will not flow through, because we have created slight dichotomy there. Not much, slight. Major dichotomies are different. That is if you are a habitual liar, etc. Yeah. I have known people like that also. Yeah. Who the first response has to be a bluff. And I tell them, why are you bluffing here? Like I am sitting in his car at San and he gets a call from Kolaba. Hey, where are you? You said you'll come by 8 o'clock. It's already 8 o'clock. 5 minutes I am there. From San to Kolaba, 5 minutes, it will take 45 minutes. I said, why don't you tell him honestly? If the guy has got some other work, he'll finish it and then come to meet you. Why don't you be honest about it here? I'm sorry, I got held up. I'll take about 45 minutes to come there. Be honest about it. Now he's got then 45 minutes to do whatever he wants, to finish other things. But we have some idea, the guy will get upset, that he'll get more upset. Saying 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and you're taking 45 minutes, he'll get more upset. You don't recognize that. That's habitual lying, that's a different thing. There the split between the knower and doer is huge. It's huge. Their integrity, etc., to come in, you need to do a lot of exercises for that. A lot of integration exercises to integrate mind and your feelings, your knowledge and action together. You need a lot of things to do. You have to create new patterns in your living itself to get out of it. But we are talking about these small things that we all do. No big deal. But even the small thing, because of these small things, some amount of nididhyasanam you will require. Few minutes of nididhyasanam every day. Okay. So that's what he said. That's what he's saying. The mind has to go. Yad tadeva gacchati mano anena sha etad upasmaranti abhikshanam gum sankalpaha. This is your sankalpaha. This is your resolution. What is that? Manaha adhigachanti. The mind will be taken to this Brahman, meaning to this knowledge of Brahman regularly. Why? The knowledge has to happen in your mind. No? Brahman is right here, remember? Manaso manaha. Mind of the mind, right here. The one that is objectifying the mind. That which the mind cannot see, but because of which the mind thinks. Right here, Brahman is. Yeah. When you look at the truth, there are two dimensions to it. If I may use the word dimensions, okay, for want of another word to communicate. One is the transcendental aspect of it, which all of us are very happy with. Brahman is beyond everything. What do you mean by beyond? Untouched by anything. Beyond only means untouched. Okay. It is beyond the mind, beyond the body, beyond this, that. The other aspect is, It is immanent. It is in and through everything. Remember my old example of space for this, okay? Space is where the sun and the moon and the stars exist. It's also there in my mind. So, to understand the transcendental and the immanent aspect. Transcendental we always like to focus on because it sounds mystical. It is beyond everything. You all are living by your belief systems. You should live with understanding the truth that is beyond everything. Yeah, there's a very popular guru going about saying these things. Okay. He's not wrong, but there is no understanding there, no communication. Even if he knows, I'm giving him benefit of doubt. He knows, but there's no communication happening. So, but it sounds mystical, therefore it sounds nice for people. So, one is that transcendent aspect, it sounds nice. It is true. Brahman is beyond, untouched by anything, that is a fact. But Brahman is also immanent, in and through everything. It is this fact that is highlighted in the Kenopanishad right from the first verse. From the question onward, this is what is being highlighted. And this has to be highlighted because we tend, there is a tendency to put the truth, the reality, etc. as away in Timbuktu. You look at the story of every wise person, every hero, every teacher. Look at their stories. How many people will say, I got the knowledge sitting at home? कितना जन बोलेगा? Speaker included. We had to go to Rishikesh, had to go up some mountain. Some stories will always be there. No? घर से निकला, went out. I am looking for the truth. I am the seeker. अभी कुछ भी होने दो. Every popular teachers, every great teachers, story is something like that. Because of that, there is a tendency, there is a romanticizing of the whole thing, that it is beyond everything else. You won't find the truth in Bombay, you have to go to Rishikesh. Rishikesh, there are only 1 or 2 ashrams now that is teaching Vedanta. Everyone else is doing yoga, standing on their head to get a different perspective of life. Naturally, you stand on your head, you will get a different perspective of life, no upside down perspective. Even Kailas ashram, which once was a center of learning, when I was going there, Vishnu Jeevananji, Tirthaji, Vidyanandagiri, and the next generation of Divyananda, other Chaitanya, all my age group, they are all there, you know. Abhi, there is only one person there. Divyananda's health is my age, but his health is not good and all, therefore he hardly teaches. Okay. So his student is teaching. Student meaning a few years junior, is in his 60s, late 60s. There's one person teaching. And our ashram there is someone teaching. Sakshaji teaches. But yeah, it is there. It's not there. There are more teachers here in Bombay. There are half a dozen teachers in Bombay. I'm talking of authentic, traditional teachers, Sampradayavits, who will talk both not only the transcendent but the immanent nature of Brahman, who is rooted in the tradition. Sampradayavit teachers. half a dozen in Bombay. ऋषिकेश जाएंगे तो 3 मिलेगा. There are 3. At Kailash Gate also there is someone else whose teaching is not bad. So 3 people you will get. But we romanticize things. Swami Chinmayanji had to go to Uttarakanshi in search of his guru. Swami Dayananji, Rishikesh, Ramana, Arunachala. Tapovan Maharaj himself went all over the Himalayas. Swami Shivananda took sannyasa from Vishnu Devananda in Rishikesh. So can you see, there is this whole romanticizing of this as Brahman is far away. We'll have to sing. Sometimes I like to fool about it, you know. मैं निकला गड्डी लेकर, लेकिन ऋषिकेश नहीं पहुंचा, लाहौर पहुंचा. As that song goes. Okay. अच्छा है. Lahore was established years, thousands of years ago by Lava. Karachi by Kushaha. Okay. So anyway, what I am trying to say is this is romanticizing. Therefore, one has to emphasize the immanent nature of Brahman, and that's exactly what meditation will help with. To take your mind to Brahman again and again, without the elaborateness of the teaching, just in essence capture the teaching. Even if it is not formally done, sitting, closing your eyes and all that thing, okay, just sit in one corner, you know, and go over all the teaching that you heard. Not necessarily watching a video. I mean, I put up videos so that people can listen to it 2-3 times if necessary. So I put it up. These are not ideal videos meant for the YouTube channel to gain more viewership, etc. Okay, for that the whole videos have to be made differently. Short 3 minutes, 4 minutes, etc., etc., which people will get attracted to. This is 1 hour, and who will watch it? Only students, serious students will watch it. It is meant for them. But apart from that also, by your own thinking, spend some time on the understanding of the truth. Just capture the essence of the teaching. The more you do that, the more the knowledge will become your own. What has gone into the head will sink into the heart. And that's the important thing. As Swami Chinmayanji used to say, otherwise it will leak through the mouth. We will become good at discussing things. We create our own ways of saying things. And the moment you start creating your own ways of expressing it, you have gone away, haywire. Whatever you say, even paradigms that you create, and believe me, I have created some, it has to be rooted in the ancient paradigms, otherwise it won't work. Yeah. Like when I use arguments from science, it's all rooted in the tradition. It's not away from the tradition. Even when I bring in the atomic things, etc., all that is rooted. Nama rupaha vidyate. It's all rooted there. Avikari tu tad vidhi. Any new paradigm, it's all rooted. If it's not rooted there, you're going haywire. Whether you're a student or a teacher, remember this. Why am I saying whether you're a student or a teacher? Because I know some teachers also listen to my tapes. That's why I'm saying that. Okay? Yeah. So this way of looking at it, of Nididhyasana, is to own it up and make it as a fact of your life. It will never be a fact of your life if you put it as beyond. How can it be a fact of your life? It's beyond, no? Simple. If the truth is beyond everything, how will it be a fact of your life? You'll have to sit down in some cave somewhere and say beyond. Samadhi mein baithna padega pura din. No, Swamiji, once you get that experience, na, it is so blissful that your life is full of it. Really. I also bought into that thing long ago before I joined the ashram. And I said this somewhere. So a small girl, she must have been how old that time? 10-year-old? 10-year-old girl. I mean, now she's a grown-up woman, etc. Okay. And doing some wonderful work in this field. She said, how can that be? I said, why? If you have a good experience, beautiful experience, you have to keep repeating it, no? How can you say you have one experience and you are satisfied with it? I said, barabar hai. Out of the mouth of babies, out of the mouth of babes, truth comes, I said, yeah, what this kid is saying, she must have been 8 to 10-year-old. Yeah, so before I joined the ashram, and she's about 12 years younger than me. So correct, 8 years old, 8 to 10 years old. She was right. It will never be a fact of your life. You'll be longing to repeat that. If it's an experience, you'll be longing to repeat that. That means what? Right now it is not there in your life. If it is beyond, the same thing. It has to, you have to recognize the immanent nature of the truth. That's what Kenopanishad is focusing on. It's you. The eye of the eye, mind of the mind. Bodham pratibodhitam manaha. In every thought that comes in your mind, eye of the consciousness is present. So these are the things that are highlighted. And Nididhyasanam is the same thing. I'm getting too many thoughts in meditation. Huh? So thoughts can displace the consciousness you are. Huh? Or is it nothing but a wave in the consciousness that you are? So before the thought there is consciousness, after the thought there is consciousness, during the thought also there is nothing but consciousness. Recognize that. So why is a thought a disturbance in meditation? Not a disturbance. Because you have this thinking in your mind, all thoughts have to go for the consciousness to come up. Why did the moron wait at the beach? Waiting for all the waves to go so that he can have a dip in the ocean. We are being the same. Bodham pratibodhitam manaha. Every thought, eye consciousness is there. Where is the issue? Thought is there, I am there. Thought is not there, I am there. There's a famous song like that, na? Thoughts तो आने जानी है, consciousness तो दिल के रानी है. नहीं सुना है? भाई ऐसा एक गाना है. What to do when Calcutta students are present? Always think of Atma Triptananji also. He used to come up with all these gems. Yeah. What do you think was entertainment in Rishikesh when both of us were there? Yeah. So anyway, that apart, the idea is to focus on the fact I am consciousness. That is part of your Nididhyasanam. Okay. Then again another thing, if that part of it is that Nididhyasanam is not so very clear, then he says, Tadvanam nama tadvanam iti upasasitavyam sa ya etad devam vedabhikhenam sarvani bhutani samvanchanti. He says, Tadvanam. What do you mean Tadvanam? Tat, in terms of him, tasya, vanam varenyam, adorable. The truth is the most, the reality, Brahman, is the most adorable. Why? Because everyone wants it, no? Everyone wants to be a fulfilled being or not a fulfilled being. Okay. Therefore, Brahman is the most adorable. Even you take Brahman as Ishvara, that also is the most adorable. Tadvanam. Okay. Tadvanam meaning Tadvarenyam, Tadvanam. Iti upasitavyam. Therefore, you have another word. Meditate as Brahman as the most adorable, the most desirable. That will motivate you to get into it. Yajñātva sarvameva bhavanti. Yajñātva amruto bhavanti. Yajñātva anandi bhavati. Knowing that I will become a fulfilled being. Tadvanam. Knowing that everything is as well as known. All these words are motivating words, okay? So that we will take it seriously enough to be at it. Because sometimes when you have been at it for some years, you'll say, "Arey yaar, itna saal pada hai. I have something wrong with me, or this is not working." Nothing will work by itself, you have to make it work. The teacher will make the teaching work, but the clicking has to happen in your mind. You have to be able to validate the teaching in your mind, say, yes, this is true. So for that, all these backup support you may require. Tadvanam tadvarinyam etavedami yenam sarvani bhutani samchanti. Therefore, not only that, he says, if you know the truth, you will be adored by everyone. This is Arthavada, okay? Arthavada. If you know the truth, because the truth is adorable, you also become adorable. Yeah. Go and speak to the people from fundamentalist religions. They won't find you adorable. Okay. Kafi hai isko. Therefore, Arthavada. Those who want to know the truth, they will find you adorable. Hey, the guy has got it here, let me also get it from him. That way. Therefore, there is an extra motivational push given here. That's all. Nothing more than that. Don't take it too literally. But one thing I noticed, after I wore the robes, like I know some Qatar Islamic people. Yeah, I know a lot of people here. Some are fundamentalists, some are nice guys, some are I know all types of people. But even the Qatar fundamentalists, once I wear the robes, they respect me more. They respect me more. Previously, they used to hardly acknowledge me. Now, when I pass, they greet me. Forget acknowledgement, they greet. The person just nod, okay. Like, because we are acquaintances, we have met at some conferences, etc. Okay, nod politely. Now, there is a respectful greeting. Why? This guy is worthy enemy, or he has got the guts to declare what he is. Anyway, that apart, those things apart. Here, it's a little bit of a push saying that if you know the truth, you are a fulfilled being. Who doesn't like a fulfilled being? Because he is a happy guy, others like to be in his presence. Unless you are so miserable, you can't stand another one being happy. That's a person. That's a different thing. Okay. But there also you have compassion, etc. Therefore, it works okay. Arthavada, exaggeration to highlight the importance of gaining this knowledge. That's all. Don't take it, not to be taken literally. Yeah. Otherwise, what will happen is, it is the people who are adored, unpopular, who are good teachers. And someone who is not that popular or respected is not a good teacher. In fact, in this field, you will find the other way around. Many good teachers are not popular. And many popular teachers are people who give some few techniques, saying this will work. Because people don't want to spend time, years of effort in this. They want some quick fix. So that quick fix people will work. Nothing wrong, at least they are getting people into the spiritual path. No? Instead of this spirituality, they are becoming some spiritual, no? Some other exercise they are doing which is good. Yeah. So, thoda acha hi hai. They are all good, doing good work. Yeah. Okay. Now the teacher thinks, ho gaya, teaching is done, I have taught everything that has to be taught, including meditation also bola, to own up the truth, all that is being said. Abhi kya baki hai? All the students should have walked away now, but there are still a few characters sitting around. And one of them asks, Upanishadam bho bruhi yukta tad Upanishadam brahmi vavata Upanishadam abhroiti. So one guy at the end of it asked, oh Guru, please teach me the Upanishad. तो पूरा रामायण हो गया. He's asking who is Rama and who is Krishna. You know, Rama कौन था कि you said Rama, you said Ravana, and you said Rakshasa. My doubt is whether Rama is Rakshasa or Ravana is Rakshasa. ऐसे क्वेश्चन हो गया. Old Upanishad is over. He's saying, please teach me the Upanishad. ऐसा भी होता है. Even in Upanishad time. So don't worry, we are better off than that. So he says, hey, what I taught you is Upanishad only. I have taught you everything. Or it could be taken, Shankara gives a benefit of doubt to the student also and says, maybe he asked thinking there is something more left. Something more left for the teaching. Therefore, please make it complete, don't leave anything out. So you could take it that way also. But I prefer the first. Okay. Yeah. And therefore, he says, all right, let us say the guy has heard the Upanishad, the Brahma Sutras, and the fourth sutra says that aham tu shrutam brahma na tu avagatam brahma. I heard about Brahman but I have not understood. As old songs, Brahm ke naam maine suna tha, Brahma mein hu ya na tha pata. ऐसा भी एक गाना है हिंदी फिल्म में. Okay, I've heard about Brahman but I don't know I am Brahman. Shrutam Brahma na tu avagatam Brahma. I've heard about it, but what to do I have not understood. And if you have not understood, if you have not got insight, what Nididhyasanam are you going to do? Tell me. Nididhyasanam is meant for a person who has got some insights. Remember, Nididhyasana, meditation, etc. is to own up the truth, not to know the truth. Yeah. It's to own up. Therefore, there are preparatory meditations that you can do before listening. Some japa dhyanam, sakshi bhavam, etc. Sakshi bhavam is nothing but the height of viveka. All this will help you be a better student of Vedanta. They are preparatory meditation. Therefore, someone who has done a lot of preparatory meditation will require very little nididhyasana. Someone who has not done enough preparatory meditation will require a little bit more nididhyasana. Unless the mind is ready like Arjuna's mind, and you will say, fine, nashto moha, you can say that. Okay. So, nididhyasanam is for someone who has got the insight. अभी मैं पूरा उपनिषद क्लास में बैठा, insight भी नहीं आया. I have not got an insight also. Okay. You are right, Swamiji. Brahman is really changeless. No change in me. If I am like that, like the student here, he says after the end of the whole Upanishad, please teach me Upanishad. Luckily for me, I never found any student like that. God's grace. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there are some of my students who want to come and hear it a second time. That's a different thing. That is following the old principle. Pavana punyena shravanam kuryat. Again and again do shravanam, it will become clearer and clearer and clearer. That's a different thing. Yeah. Okay. Therefore, now to get your mind ready, okay, because obviously he has listened and not understood, the teacher gives something. Tasya tapo dhamah karmeti pratishta veda sarvangani satyam ayatanam. Okay, all right. For Brahman, what is the ayatanam? Satyam. Satyam. Satyam is the nature of Brahman. But here he puts Satyam is the ayatanam, the abode. Meaning, in your life, be more and more truthful. Remember that integrity of the mind that has to happen. This character is like that guy in the, must be like that guy in the car. I gave that example. No? At San he is saying, I'll reach Kolaba in 5 minutes. Satyam ayatanam. Satyam is abode. Satya vachanam. Bring truth into your life. What you know, what you say, what you do, let it be aligned together. Arjavam. Yeah, Satya Vachanam is that. And this Satya Vachanam was highlighted in our culture a lot. Okay? Like Tulsidas says, no? प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. Like Dasharatha's case. Dasharatha was a hero. Indra took his help to drive the Rakshasas outside Aryavarta. Yeah. And in one of the battles, the Rakshasas wanted to finish him off. Therefore, isolated him from his brigade, from his Akshauni. And he was fighting a losing battle there. Because one person against the whole range. He says, I will take as many as I can with me. As many of the Rakshasas I will take with me. And he kept fighting. Injured, but kept fighting. Kaikeyi noticed it. So she led her brigade and broke through the Rakshasa rank. And then with the help of, and Dasharatha's brigade followed through the gap. And they annihilated the Rakshasas. Tired, injured, but victorious. He tells Kaikeyi, ask for whatever boon you want. 2 boons for saving my life. She says, I have you, I don't need a boon. Why should I ask a boon? The king is with me. He says, no, but I still want to give something. That's a man of gratitude. I want to express it. I'll ask for later. Right now, I don't want anything. Okay, whenever you want. Done. प्यार की बात है, ऐसा होता है. Yeah. And when did she ask the boon? 30 odd years later. At that time, the Rama, Lakshmana and all were not even born. Then they had to do the yaga. Rama had to be born. All the 4 sons had to be born. Then, by the time a prince goes to the Gurukula to learn, he is at least 10-year-old. Because royalty has a lot to pick up culturally in the royal household itself. Then 12 years of Gurukula Vasa. Then come back from Gurukula Vasa. Go put down certain rebellions, etc. near the Himalayan foothills. All this is there in Valmiki. Then go with Vishwamitra for the yaga, get married to Sita, come back home and live for years. Then the coronation is, how many years have gone in this time? At least 30 years would have gone. After 30 years you are asking for the boons. Dasharatha could have said, na, raat gayi, baat gayi. 30 years ago, I don't remember anything. But you said it like this, like that. Must have been some delirious talk. After all, I was injured, you know. But he knew he had said it. I mean, there is no further court of appeal. Who is a court of appeal? He is the final court. There were no witnesses for them, only both the lovers were there, that's all. Kaikeyi and Dasharatha were there, nobody else. He could have dismissed the whole thing, but he didn't. Why? I know I have said it, I have given the boons. The most difficult boon for me to give, but I will give it. Why? Because my word, Satya Vachanam. Now, this is exaggerated story to highlight the importance of Satyam into your life. Okay. Yeah. Satyam ayatanam, Satyam ayatanam. And tapodhamah karmeti, tapas. Very important. What is tapas? anything and everything can be tapas. But if you notice, all tapas involves doing something which is uncomfortable. Fasting for days on end. In this summer, do Panchagni Vidya. 5 fires, etc. Meaning what? Hey, get out of your comfort zone. Tapas, I would like to put it in modern ways as getting out of your comfort zone. Here, your comfort zone is here, get out of it. Don't stick to your pet ideas, pet notions, learn to drop it, see the limitations of your own ideas. Important, because how are you going to get the new idea of Vedanta into it if you are still stuck in the old ideas? I know excellent people who has been exposed to Vedanta. They just stuck on 1 or 2 ideas. If they drop those couple of ideas, they will know the truth effortlessly. But they are holding on to them. One character came and told me, "No, Swamiji, that last step I can't take." I said, "You can't take the last step in what you are doing. You have to come to this." No. I will try and get it here. I said, "Go, spend another 10 years, then come to me. If you wait 20 years, I may not be there after that to teach. 10 years I will know. Because up to 20 years I will be there, so he will require 10 years." One or two things. That's all. You're stuck on that. Tapas, get out of that comfort zone. Learn to examine your own belief systems and see whether it is appropriate or not appropriate. If it is harming you, preventing you from knowing the truth, how appropriate it is. Yeah, Shilpi, you have a question.
Swamiji, can you give some examples on some of the things we can get stuck on? Like just any examples?
Okay, like this person. Now he is practicing a form of spirituality, which is very good. Okay, it's a very good. It gives high degree of competency in life. The practices is doing high degree of competency. Sakshi bhavam, everything is there. Okay, complete sakshi bhavam of things. He is brilliant. Okay, great meditator and everything. Okay, after half an hour of meditation, I feel like getting up. The guy sits for 2 hours there. But he believes that he doesn't require the learning. Through that, he will get it. Not happen. Yeah. He says, no, this will give it to me. I said, okay. I have tried that method. I used to gone into samadhi, it has not worked for me. I changed and I got it. Yeah. He also goes into samadhi, but he's not getting it and he's seeing there is something missing there. He's looking at what is missing. I said, the pramana that is missing. No, but that's all theory. Because he's stuck on this theory practice stuff. That is his thing. That sometimes knowing alone is not enough, you don't have to do anything about it. That part. It's a great blockage for students of spirituality. The theory and practice business.
So would you say he's stuck on trying to experience it? He wants to
experience something, yeah.
This is not something that can be experienced?
Yeah. He's not seeing that. He's not be able to see that. The theory and practice is stuck on. Kya Guru? Good friend of mine. I know how much, if he drops this one part of it, how clear Vedanta will be to him. Because everywhere else is prepared. In everything else is prepared. Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampati, all that is there. But this part of it, one belief system is stuck on. Kya Guru? There must be some Guru Droha in his horoscope. That is why he is not being able to get it. Yeah. Because he has met my teacher also, he had met. Unfortunate. Another person whom I know, just stuck on one experience that is there, one traumatic experience. I told the person how to get out of the trauma, but still stuck in that trauma only. Not done anything about it. 30 years ago, the person came to me, and 30 years I've been, every couple of years I'll say, come on, work on it, I'll help you. Stuck. Not enough tapas. That's it. That tapas is getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah. Okay, then damaha, your discipline. Physical. What physical discipline? Yeah, to act in harmony with your knowledge, with what you know. Damaha. Act in harmony with that. Have the discipline of regular study, regular this. Don't say, अरे यार आज I'm not mood नहीं है. Today I have a dinner to go to. Arey, who goes to a dinner before 8 o'clock? Come for the class and then go. Dress up and sit in. No, it will be nice for me to see all someone dressed up nicely in the class. अच्छा दिखता है. And then go immediately after the class is over. No? That damaha in life. Damaha. Karmeti. Do what has to be done. Live a life of karma yoga. Karma yoga helps your growth like nothing else will help. And karma yoga we all have seen Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and Prasada Buddhi. Actions are offered to the Lord by recognition and result is taken as prasada. Okay? I accept. Good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, I accept. Prasada from the Lord. So when I live like this, my mind is ready for the knowledge. But be careful how you look at karma yoga also. It is not working without expecting results. That is foolishness. Even a fool has got foolish expectations. So, Ishvara Arpanam and Prasada Buddhi. That acceptance will take care of. Karma Phala Tyaga is a technical expression. It is not a literal expression. Yeah. Like in technical engineering language, we will say, make that instrument less sensitive. Arey, I thought you wanted instruments to be sensitive. Yeah, less sensitive. Why? 0.1 amp. When electricity is making so much of fluctuations, too sensitive. Make it dull. Let it respond only to 1 ampere, not 0.1 ampere. So you are desensitizing. Now this is a technical expression. You will say, oh, engineers are not sensitive people. That's how you look at it with normal language. But technical language is different. Similarly, when you say karma phala tyaga in Vedanta, it's technically put. Yeah. So it's understand it as prasada buddhi ishvara arpanam. In the Gita, 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter, I made it clear. Those who have not got it clear will get it. I am doing the Gita again anyway. So this will make your mind ready to appreciate the truth and make it a fact of your life. Therefore, he gives that as this thing. Tapaha, dama, karma iti pratishtita veda. And satyam, satyavachanam, etc. Bring that into your life. But be careful how you bring satyavachanam into your life. You don't have to walk up to somebody and say, you're an idiot. Keep quiet. What you say has to be in harmony with your thinking. But you don't have to say certain things also. Okay. Yo va etameva veda apyutya papam anatmante sarge loke jeye pratitishhtati. Yo va etameva, who knows like in this manner, who knows the truth in this manner, papam anatmante sarge. Okay. He says, papmanam anante. Having crossed over your papatmaha, ahankara is the one that does punya papa, etc. Therefore, you are recognize ahankara is only a concept. You are beyond all that. Okay, you are free from all that. Swarge loke jeyaha pratishtati. The swarge loke is just an expression. Okay, swarge loke is just an expression. He says, Anante Swarge Loke. Anante Swarge Loke. Whereas Swarga Loka is not Anantam. Therefore, Anante Swarge Loke means Ananda Rupe Brahmani. Anante Brahmani. Why Swarga? Because Swarga is Upalakshana of happy experiences. Therefore, indicating Ananda. Anante, Ananta Anande. Mahiyate, Pratithishtati is established in that. Is established in Brahman alone. So that is it. With this, Kenopanishad comes to an end. Okay. One of the shortest and the most profound Upanishad in the many ways, because it directly helps you focus on the immanent aspect of the Brahman that you are. Yeah, Punjabi Keshan, you have something to?
Sorry, in the 8th verse, when it says karma iti, it means only the karma yoga part.
Yeah.
Karma yoga, not the other
No.
karmas.
Because you have to interpret that verse karma iti in harmony with other shlokas that are there in other Upanishads. Na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena. So this can't contradict that. It has to be in harmony. Therefore, there it said na karmana. Here you are saying karma. So what karma are we talking about? Karma yoga. That karma yoga may involve some of the rituals also. Will involve. Na? Your daily nitya naimitika karmas will involve. So it will involve that. Yeah. But Ishwararpanam prasada buddhi. So there is nothing wrong in doing a homa putra kameshti because I want a child. But do it with karma yoga buddhi. That is the idea. Not to become a karmata. See, you are doing karma not to become a karmata, but you are doing the karma with the karma yoga buddhi. That makes the difference. Yeah, that makes the difference. Yeah. Otherwise, what is the difference between somebody who is working for money through a business and somebody who is doing Kubera Lakshmi Puja for money? One is materialistic, one is spiritually materialistic, isn't it? If you say one is materialistic, the other is spiritual materialism.
Only the beings are different.
Huh?
Their goal is, beings are different, their goal is the same.
Goal is not different here, both want money.
Yeah, correct. Goal is the same.
Yeah.
Beings are different.
Only the means are different, exactly. Therefore, if the same thing, okay, I want money, my mind is caught up in that money, but I will work for that money with Karma Yoga Buddhi. Ishwararpanam prasada buddhi, whether it is either of the means or both of them together. Either one, the Lakshmi Kuber Homa or business or both of them together. He is doing it with Karma Yoga Buddhi, he will grow out of that. He will get the money plus he will grow out of it. Money will be there. Then he can say, hey, money is what money does. I can do some good thing with the money. Not make it as an aggrandizing and, not that type.
Can we take it as any karma which is
Huh?
not virodha, any karma which is not virodha with the dharma? Karma,
No, we don't even have to bring it in. Na?
yeah, okay.
Because what is Karma Yoga about? Working in harmony with your priorities.
Yes, correct.
So what is your priorities will depend upon your roles in life, your dharma, everything will come into the picture.
Attitude is different.
Yeah.
Ishwararpanam and prasada buddhi.
So there will be Kamya Karma also, it's okay. People say for Karma Yoga there should be no Kamya Karma. If there is no Kamya Karma, why am I doing it? See, duty orientation is not a block. It's the Kamya Karma which becomes a block. Therefore, Karma Yoga is handling the Kamya Karma, not your duty orientation. People make that mistake. They think if you are a Karma Yogi, no Kamya Karma. Yeah, it will become like that in time. Because either the Kamyas have been fulfilled or you have grown out of them. Then there is no issue. But Karma Yoga comes into the picture only because there is Kamya Karma. Only because there are Kamas. If there are no Kamas, you don't need Karma Yoga. You just have to say, focus on your duties, no? Do what has to be done. That's it. Ho gaya kam. Whole thing of Karma Yoga, etc., why do you have to bring into it? You don't need to. Do what has to be done. Take care of it. Things. So many of the students reach that stage. just do what has to be done.
Otherwise, as you said, it will be not in line with the karmana na prajaya.
Yeah.
Karma.
Yeah. So then it will become, so people will use these type of statements to become a karmata. That's the tragedy of it. I mean, we have seen so many of them. They are not unseen examples. We have got. That's why Swami Chinmayanji used to say, the world is full of evolutionary samples. Because people will use the Shastra to justify what they want. Instead of understanding the Shastra holistically. They'll take certain parts of it. Simple, na? Chatur varne maya sashtam guna karma vibhagayo. Very clear cut. Varna is something of your choice. Varnyanti iti, that which can be described, that which can be chosen is varna. People forget that.
Otherwise, Swayamvaram will have no meaning.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So people try to justify their viewpoints quoting the Shastra. No, their karma means because of good karma you are born in a Brahmin family. What about Vyasa? No good karma. Illegitimate outcast. Yeah. What about Vishwamitra? No good karma. It's all stupidity, People use the Shastra to justify what they want. That's orthodoxy creeping in. And we have plenty of examples like that. I generally don't waste my time. I just dismiss their arguments in 2 minutes flat and walk away. I mean, there are many traditional people like that who are upset with me also. And I let them be upset. Not my job to make everyone happy. If you're a teacher, you will make a few people upset. Naturally. Yeah. You're not a politician to keep everyone happy.
Thank you, Swami. Thank you.
So, Swamiji,
Yeah?
when you say karmata, you mean charvaka?
No, karmata, I mean those people who are committed to the first portion of the Veda and you'll keep on doing karma, this, that, etc. Yeah.
I didn't get the difference.
Yeah. That's a huge difference. Yeah. Spiritually materialistic.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a new modern translation for it. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This term was invented by one of my students because he went to one of the teachers. It's a good guy. The person is a very good person. He has converted a lot of these karmas into purely meditations. Very nicely done. He has done a good job. Okay. Very rarely will I validate a new age thinking like that by saying he has done a good job, but he has done. He has made everything manasa karma. So one of my students attended, and at the end of it, she came and said, Swamiji, my whole family is involved with them. But I find everything is for getting money, getting a child, getting married, getting this, getting that. There's no Vedanta in it. There's no moksha in it. So it becomes spiritual materialism. I said, yeah. A very popular person. Huge following. People come and gift land to him to build an ashram. So much so that he has told people now, I don't want land. I don't have the time to build up an ashram in that setup. So some of the people say, we will build and give it to you. Wow. I said, what popularity, what good karma he has done in his previous lifetime to get it. He had to put up one small thing, he had to struggle so much. So, karma is there, fine. But it has become purely materialistic. That's the problem.
So, was Osho also a karmata?
Osho was a different brand by himself. He mixed up sense and nonsense together. So be careful when you read him. There are some things which are sensible and there's a lot of things which are not complete nonsense. One good thing he talked about was he made discussion about the psychological aspect of human growth before before spirituality a fact. He highlighted that fact, that without psychological growth there is no spiritual growth. That was the one good thing he did it. Everything else is a lot of nonsense mixed in. So you have to be a very discerning reader.
He was a professor of philosophy, no? And,
Yeah. Now let's not go into all that discussion what he was. I'm saying what you take, what you don't take. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, good place to stop. Yeah, Nirmala, you want to ask something?
Sorry, I had just one question in the last mantra.
Yeah.
Here, why is it Swarga Loke Brahman?
What is?
You said happy. Swarga Loke
The
is
Swarga
Brahman.
Loka is to be taken as Brahman. Okay. Because,
Why Swamiji kept
because
it
Swarga is supposed to be a place where you get only happy experiences. There is no dukkha, only happiness. Therefore, he says Anante Swarge Loke. But Swarga Loka is limited. But he has added Anante Swarga Loke. So limitless. So it talks about, it's an indication. Swarga is used as Lakshana for the self. Remember, the self is connected with everything. Therefore, anything can be used as a Lakshana. And to negate the other part, the word Ananta is used. So it works. Yeah.
Thank you.
So next class, come with any more questions you have about Kenopanishad, etc. Otherwise, we will go into a very confusing Upanishad, okay, called Isavasya. It's one of the most confusing Upanishads that is there. It's a small Upanishad, only 18 verses, but it can be very confusing, and hopefully I will be able to cut across all the confusions and present it as simply. Okay, a good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.